10 toxic Kate Middleton moments that ranked her worse than Meghan Markle. Starting off with number 10, her private secretary had some tea to spill. Kate Middleton, Princess of Wales, has not always had a smooth day because of the numerous critiques that have been hurled her way. Now, there is another. Due to rumors that she might be extremely toxic, the Duchess has a reputation as being a very challenging employer to work for. Kate Middleton used to be a bad person since she was a kid, according to some comments Prince Harry made in his book Spare, and he even called her challenging to deal with. Even when she made bigoted remarks about him and his wife Meghan, according to the Duke, she occasionally made life a little difficult for them. As new rumors about the Duchess surface, it is alleged that Kate has not changed at all. Despite her portrayal as the People's Princess, she is still a tough and toxic individual, according to her secretaries. Kate received harsh criticism on social media because 3 of her secretaries have left in the last 5 years. This supports Prince Harry's theory that she is conflicted and frequently exceeds her authority, making her a challenging boss to work for. On to number 9, memoir drama. In the recent memoir Spare, Harry discusses a series of royal bombshells. Harry stated that William and Kate might not have liked Meghan for a lot of different reasons. He went on to say, "They probably never expected me to fall in love with Meghan, who had a very successful career, or to become in a relationship with her. At the outset, there was a lot of stereotyping going on, and I was also guilty of it." Number 8, Kate versus Meghan. Meghan has borne the brunt of criticism for Harry's falling out with the family, and for a time, it was Meghan and Kate's relationship that was widely reported to be the primary source of tension between the now Waleses and the Sussexes. After a news report broke that the two women got into a fight before Meghan's wedding over bridesmaid dresses, the narrative of a feud between them quickly took hold in the tabloids, describing them as clashing wives. By March 2019, Kensington Palace released an unprecedented statement saying that they would start monitoring and even deleting social media comments believed by many to be a response to the onslaught of vitriol on social media prompted by rumors of Kate and Meghan's falling out. Meanwhile, William and Harry's relationship, which as we now know was already rapidly deteriorating, received nowhere near the same amount of scrutiny. This isn't to say the two women were best friends. Harry describes the British tabloid system's constant comparison of them as creating an awkward, even tense dynamic. "I always hoped that the 4 of us would get on, but very quickly it became Meghan versus Kate," he wrote in Spare. And that, when it plays out so publicly, you can't hide from. Number 7, holiday drama. Reports of a rift between the royal family were fueled when Harry and Meghan decided to spend Christmas with her mother in December 2019. However, according to a source who spoke with us at the time, Harry's relationship with Will was more to blame than the strained sisterhood between Kate and Meghan. On to number 6, dress dilemma. Even though they frequently presented a united front with their royal spouses, whispers of a rivalry between the two women quickly emerged. In 2018, there were rumors that the TIG founder had a heated conversation with Kate over Princess Charlotte's bridesmaid dress before Harry and Meghan got married. The alleged incident was brought up by Meghan nearly 3 years later. In their first major televised interview since their transition from senior royal duties became permanent in February 2021, Meghan stated the reverse of that happened. "She was upset about flower girl dresses a few days before the wedding, which made me cry. I was really hurt by it." Even though Meghan acknowledged that the damaging narrative that was being told was hard to get over, she was able to forgive Prince William's wife. At the time, Meghan recalled she was upset about something, but she owned it and she apologized. "She expressed her regret by sending me flowers and a note. She also did what I would do if I knew I had hurt someone. She took responsibility." Number 5, Harry. Harry once explained how the bonds between Harry and his father, and the institution itself had frayed over the decades. The eventual collapse of those relationships had not come about because of his wife Meghan Markle. "It does not give a full picture of the situation as we were growing up," Harry said of his memoir Spare during his interview with Cooper. "It also squashes this idea that somehow my wife was the one that destroyed the relationship between these two brothers. It was evident from the book's early leaks that Harry was prepared to address his troubled relationship with his brother first and foremost. Whether claiming William provoked the actual battle in 2019 in which he pushed Harry to the floor and broke a dog bowl that cut his back, or naming his sibling and arch nemesis while examining their serious kin contention with both Cooper and Great Morning America's Michael Strahan. Harry likewise blamed his siblings' office for releasing negative data about him to the English sensationalist newspapers and revealed they had not spoken in that frame of mind, while an article in the Hours of London ventured to depict Harry's journal as a character death of the ruler of Grange. However, in the past, Harry's dissatisfaction with the royal family was attributed to a different relationship, which was mentioned on social media and the front pages of British tabloids: his love affair with Meghan. The slang term for their sudden departure, Megxit, suggests that the Duchess was the driving force behind their move to Montecito. It turns out that Harry made the call himself. In their Netflix docuseries, Harry and Meghan, he stated, "It was my decision. She never requested to leave." On to number 4. Disagreements. Even though there have been instances of minor disagreements between the two, it is safe to say that the media is known to exaggerate the situation. The rumors seem to keep coming, maybe because people don't know how two powerful women can see each other as friends rather than foes, or because they want to show that the royal family is just as chaotic as any other family. When the two couples became one in 2017, the entire world was quick to recognize the new quartet as a royal force, but it wasn't long before stories started coming out that showed a very different picture. When Meghan was absent from the wedding of Pippa Middleton, Kate's sister, in 2017 prior to her engagement to Harry, rumors of a potential rift began to circulate. It wasn't clear at first why Meghan wouldn't have been there, but it was later reported that she decided not to go because of a headline on the front page of The Sun that read, "In the Wedding of the Rears, Meghan is competing with Pippa." Biography Finding Freedom says Meghan had carefully planned her wedding outfit to be stylish without being splashy, according to Harry and Meghan and the making of a modern royal family. However, after the headline about the women's backsides, she ultimately decided to pull out of the event. According to the book, Harry and Meghan agreed that she couldn't possibly turn up at the church. Now they had no doubt it would, the statement reads. They had no doubt it would. The statement reads, they worried their arrival might create a media circus despite taking every precaution. Meghan and Harry weren't happy with what they saw after Netflix released the first clip from their docuseries. This was especially true because the trailer's release coincided with their first trip to the US in 8 years. The release of the Netflix trailer left Kate and William baffled. The relationships became even more strained as a result. Number 3, isolating Meghan. An insider told us in August 2019 that Meghan feels that there is a standard set very high by Princess Kate, that the British public sees her in the light, that the British public sees her in that light is depressing because she lives in the United Kingdom and is exposed to cruel British media. Meghan feels isolated. She cannot defend herself because her hands are tied. It has been extremely challenging. The LA native compared the stories that were written about her to those that were written about Kate when she talked about how the British press treated her differently before Harry and her royal exit became permanent in February 2021. Meghan recalled, if members of his family say, well, this is what happened to all of us, or if they can compare my experience to what has been shared with us, Kate was called Waity Katie, waiting to marry William. While I do believe that was extremely challenging, I am unable to imagine how it felt. This is different. Racist and rude are not the same thing. In a similar vein, you have a press team that goes on record to defend you, particularly when they are aware that some things are false. We did not experience that. Number 2, keeping their distance. The woman stood near Queen Camilla at the late Queen's London funeral in September 2022, but the Duchess of Sussex appeared to physically distance herself from them. Body language expert Blanca Cobb exclusively told us at the time, Meghan's body language doesn't hint at her relationship with the Queen Consort, Kate, and the children. However, Kate's apparent emotional distance is communicated by standing back and behind the Queen, the children, and the monarch. She went on to say maybe she wanted to give them space or she needed some time to think and reflect. It's possible that she stood back because she believes their relationship is strained. When you don't feel emotionally connected to someone, you tend to keep your distance physically. And finally, number 1, tension. In March 2021, a source exclusively told us that the bench author and the princess hadn't spoken directly in over a year following their tell-all interview. The insider said that the women's tension was getting worse as their husbands continued to fight. Despite the fact that the women reconciled following the drama surrounding their wedding, which Meghan discussed in the tell-all, their differences prevented them from developing a full friendship. According to the insider, Kate and Meghan didn't see eye to eye when it came to day-to-day life in the palace, but they did get along in the beginning of their relationship. That is all for today, and thank you for watching.